Okay. Time for D&D stuff. So, there is a campaign that my friends and I are playing through. We're playing through an adventure module called Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And I'm gonna have to leave
Fowler Glitter
the building
86
here.
Said I'll let you know if I get to it.
Yeah, for sure. So, I'm going to intentionally head over here. So, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, it's a module for D&D 5th edition. I don't know if it has any other incarnations in other editions, but anyway, we're playing through it, and during the campaign, you actually come into possession of an old, worn, like, beat-up old manor that has its own sort of tavern on the first floor. And what I did was I found the official map, and I recreated it to scale as best I could, ish. And I also, because our party now owns it, I decorated it according to what our characters wanted. So welcome to what used to be known as the Trollskull Manor, but what is now known as the Misfits Haven. And yes, this is the direct inspiration for the name of my podcast. You know, the one that I was supposed to put out a video for this month, but didn't.
Fowler Glitter 86
so oops.
Said oh wow.
Yeah, so a little bit around the outside here. The good thing is you don't actually have to know about the story or anything like that to appreciate this build. So we're gonna go around the south side here. It's just, you can kind of see inside a little bit, but like, it took me a long time to figure out like the scale of this. Don't mind the tree just chilling out here. And I'd never actually planned a build like this, but there's a lot of additions and stuff.
Said I'm just here to appreciate it.
That's fair. There's a lot of additions and changes that I made to it over the course of the campaign because our characters decided to add or alter some stuff, including but not limited to this garden out in the back and this giant cat tree for our rogue's kitty companion, who is a giant lynx. So I thought, a giant cat tree. This cat tree has become a point of, like, notice for the people of the city that this takes place in, that being Waterdeep. They're just like, have you heard of the Misfits Haven? Yes, it's the one with the giant cat tree in the backyard. It's great. It's great. So we have this little garden back here as well. And yes, you can go into the cat tree as well. There's like a little... You can hide in here. It's great. But there's this little garden back here with some cherry trees, and there's drip leaves and stuff around here, and it's just a nice, chaotic little space. We also have a cute little gazebo. I remember I got the idea for this, from, I believe their name was Cozy Crafted. They're on like YouTube and Twitch and stuff. They're a very chill Minecraft creator. And I made slight variations to this design, but it is mostly their design. But it's a cute little gazebo thing type of deal. But I just think this is just cute as heck. I love the way the roof came out. But now we're getting to the good stuff. That right there we'll get to in a little bit, because that's part of a completely different thing. Still part of the campaign, but different. So this tavern has 3 separate entrances, technically 4. Because you've got... This is technically the main entrance right here. Then you've got this door in the balcony, or on the balcony, whatever. And then this separate door here, which is like the base of the turret. And of course we've got ads. Then there's the entrance at the back that we'll get around to. Oh wait, no, 5 entrances, because there's the one to the kitchen. So many fucking doors
Fowler
in this
Glitter
place.
86 said ads.
Yeah. I'll just kind of hang out a little bit while we wait. But if y'all have seen anything on my YouTube channel in the past couple of months, you will very much remember hang on. I want to say, part of me wants to say it's right here. Wait. Let me try to get the shot right, because it's right around here-ish. You know. This is the set for the Misfits Haven podcast, which is something
Fowler
like this.
Glitter 86 said back.
Very good. Awesome. So again, if you've seen my podcast before, Amy, this particular spot should look very familiar to you. If you haven't, then there you go. Welcome back to everyone else as well. We have officially gone into the tap room proper. So basically this is sort of like a bar, restaurant, place. Not a whole lot to see around here. In the game, this tavern is actually haunted by its former owner, who got screwed over by his former business partner. And so he just haunts this place because he wants to see it flourish again. So instead of us getting rid of the ghost, we kept him around. And we got his opinion on how this place should be decorated. So we put up these banners with birds on them. There's different colors. There's like purple, yellow. I believe we have red. Yeah, there's a red one, and I think there's like a green one somewhere. I'm not actually sure if there's a green one. Oh yeah, there it is. But we picked those because songbirds are the symbol for our ghost friend's goddess that he worships. Because she's a goddess of music and stuff like that. So it's like, yes, let's do that. Also, my character is a bard
Glitter 86
who has a strong appreciation
said
for
so
music.
there was an extra ad, but I'm officially back now.
Got you. Okay. So, I was pointing out the banners in here because this place is haunted, and the ghost that stays here worships a goddess of music, and her symbol is songbirds, among other things. So we put those banners up here to kind of honor that. So we basically, our whole party lives with a ghost. Also, my character is a bard, so she appreciates the musical references and stuff. But this is the big old tap room. We got the counter right here. I got food on all the tables a little bit. You know, some chicken, some bread, some
Fowler
stew.
Glitter 86
you know, nothing.
Said it's cool that you were able to get a songbird shape.
Yeah, it took a little bit to figure out. I ended up looking up a tutorial for it. But it worked out kind of nice. We also have a cellar down here. You know, nothing too crazy down here. I do kind of like this space a little bit. Because I've got the blackstone, I believe, the cobbled blackstone in the ceiling, and then I got the spruce to kind of like contrast with it a little bit, but not too much. I wanted this space to feel still kind of dark, but not too dark that it was like gross and uncomfy. I also kind of like, I put the pale oak logs as like extra support beams, and I wasn't sure about them at first, but I do kind of like them. I just put them in the corners and stuff. There's another room over here as well with more big old wine barrels and just stuff everywhere. Nothing too crazy. But I'll get into talking about our characters a little bit more in a sec, because we're gonna go upstairs soon. Sorry, I need to scratch my eyeball. We have the pantry right here.
Fowler Glitter 86 said, I
there's a
really
blue
like the
banner.
cellar.
Yeah, the cellar's kind of nice. We got the
Seth
pantry
Simeon
right here.
said it's impressive.
I appreciate that. I did this all in creative mode as well, so, you know, just full disclosure right there. I made a video about this build in the past, so if you want to see the original version, you can definitely head over to my YouTube and find it. I believe it's called I Built the Trollskull Manor in Minecraft. We got the kitchen right here. It's a very long kitchen with a good old fireplace up in here. Here's the 5th entrance to the place. I guess this is where everybody brings all the food and all the stuff to stock up the kitchens and such. Right? Now we're gonna go to the back entrance so we can go upstairs. And I can show you all of the living space. And then I can show you my character's girlfriend's apartment. Oh, we also included, this isn't part of the original build, but I included basically temporary stables or something. Like if somebody were to, I guess, ride their horse or whatever here. I don't know that there's too many people riding their horse through fucking Waterdeep, but whatever. We have it just in case. Anyway, we come right into the common room right here. It's very cozy, very checkerboardy. I kept the checkerboards because Simon, when I was making this, I used a checkerboard pattern to like help me keep track of the scale of things. Because I built it just about as I had to create a scale to work with. So it was 4 blocks equals 5 feet, basically, is what I was working with. So I used a checkerboard pattern to make that happen, and Simon thought that was really cool, so I kept the checkerboard pattern, but as a carpet instead. Kind of thing. Speaking of Simon, his character is a detective, and he opened up his own detective's agency recently. So he has a little office on the main floor here that people can come up to and chat with him and work with him directly. Kind of deal. So he has a purple candle because this is Simon's character. His name is Shumai. So this is Shumai's boyfriend's color. So he has a purple candle to remind him of his boyfriend because his boyfriend is currently kind of in another dimension. It's a little bit complicated. But it's also very sweet. It's like a whole thing. But we have a couple directions to go here. I'm actually going to go this way first. We've got the den. It's a very long den. We also have a balcony. I'm trying to, like, not give you a giant info dump on all the characters, because if I'm not careful, I absolutely will. And, like, Simon references his characters a lot on stream, I'm not gonna lie. Simon and Tifa, even. Because we all play D&D together, it's very fun. This is, like, the main part of the den. And I think it's very cute. We have window seating. We have center seating. And lots of books. We have yet another balcony with more doors. There's so many doors in this place. Honestly. We've got sort of a mini garden on the balcony. It was really hard to make this look good, to be honest. I don't know really how else I would do it.
Said, does everyone play a specific character?
Yes. So we got Simon playing Shumai, who is a detective. We've got myself playing Talia, who is a bard. We have another friend. We've got Tifa playing Callie, who is actually acquainted with Shumai a little bit. And we have another friend of ours, Sabby, who hasn't really shown up on stream, really. she plays a rogue named Alazia. We call her Lazi for short. And then we have another friend of ours who plays a paladin, and we're actually going to go check out his room right now. So our paladin, he is undead, so he cannot sleep, but he likes taking care of plants, hence all the plants along the wall here. He also likes painting and drawing and stuff like that, so the closest thing I could come to that was the cartography table. He also worships, I believe, the god of the sun. Hence the orange carpeting type of thing. But our boy does not have a bed, because he doesn't need it, but he has a big ol' L couch, because he still likes to veg out and read and stuff. So, this is, I believe his name is, Hiraith. So this is Hiraith's room, and I like it a lot. I think it's neat. We just have plants and candles and all kinds of stuff everywhere. We even got the Wither Rose in here, because why the heck not? It's just neat stuff. I believe now we're gonna head around back to the other side.
Fowler Glitter 86 said sounds like someone I could hang out with.
Yeah, Hiraith is great. The cool thing about this build is I sat down with everyone individually, and I did my best to build their room according to what they told me that their characters would want, type of thing. So, like, this wasn't me just coming up with shit on the fly. This was me going like, hey, what would you want in your room? And we had to improvise a little bit, but, you know. This is our rogue's room. Her name, like I said, is Alazia. She is a tabaxi, which basically is an anthropomorphic cat person. She is a rogue. She is a former pirate and stuff. She spent a lot of her time out on the sea, and she wanted her room to be very, like, piratey and ship themed, but she also wanted vines and stuff growing everywhere, so we have treasure, we have lots of barrels, we got a little desk for her to write in her journals and stuff like that. We've got just overgrown stuff everywhere. Just sort of armor and other stuff that she's collected over time. And, of course, a big old treasure chest. She's got swords on the mantle of her fireplace here, and a shield. The swords are meant to represent her parents. So she's got, like, it's a netherite sword, but she wanted something that had, like, a purplish blade, so that's what we went with to represent one of her parents, and the gold one to represent the other. And the shield in the center, kind of deal. Bamboo floors, because, I don't know, it kind of weirdly fit her vibe. And, like, I don't know if I nailed the pirate theme, but I feel like it worked. I used the jungle trapdoors because the windows on them are circular, and I thought that could make a somewhat decent indirect allusion to, like, portals on a ship.
Fowler Glitter 86 said that's cool.
Yeah.
Again, sounds nice. I love this room, lol.
It's a cool room. It's very different than the original version, but we felt like we could do better. She also has her own personal barbecue on her balcony. She's also the only one to have her own personal balcony. But she had to get some sort of perk. She ended up with the smallest room in the house, which she chose. We all chose which rooms we wanted, so everybody got what they wanted in the end, as far as I'm aware. I say that because we've had a few people come in and out of the campaign, so there's one room that's kind of changed a lot. But we go upstairs, right? I'll show these off real quick because they're the least interesting thing. Toilets! We have two of these little guys. you know. I added sinks to them. There wasn't supposed to be any sinks to them, but I added them because I believe in washing your hands after you take a dump. So, creative liberties. And then we have this big bathroom with a bathtub, another toilet, fireplace to keep things warm, entrance to a bedroom. We'll go to that bedroom, actually.
Fowler Glitter 86 said thank you, Min.
Right? Right? We got to redesign this place, and I think everybody just sort of let my character go nuts. So this is Callie's room. She is, she's a fire genasi, which is basically... The closest thing I can think of is, like, kind of like a genie, but not. Like a fire elemental type. But she's also, like, a princess, but doesn't quite know it yet, so I gave her a canopy bed. Like a 4-poster fancy canopy bed. She's got space to move around. She's got books for when she reunites with her boyfriend, because he likes books. She's also got plants, because they both like plants. She also has a few training dummies, and basically a wrestling mat here. Just chilling in her room. You know? And it's just a cool, cozy spot. She's got a little spot by the fireplace for her little dog to chill out and be warm. And there's the entrance to the bathroom. I think my favorite part about this room is easily the bed. It's easily the bed. This is also, like, the designated primary bedroom of the house. But we definitely did not play by those rules. We're just like, whoever gets... we just pick rooms, who cares?
Fowler Glitter 86 said it's a nice bed.
It's a great bed. I like it a lot. I think I sort of stole the idea from another tutorial I saw on TikTok. I really should keep track of people's names when I do that. Anyway, we have a library. We have a library. Not super fancy, but I think it's nice. Table in the center, books basically lining the walls. Another desk for Shumai when he wants to kind of be by himself. You know, nothing crazy. What we do have is another bedroom in here. This bedroom belongs to an NPC character
Fowler
we adopted.
Glitter 86 said Reese is where the ghost sleeps.
I think the ghost is unfortunately confined to the tap room, which is a bummer for him. Because he's never actually been upstairs, which is a shame. But this room right here, we adopted a character that we rescued from a casino where they were forced to basically be a slave. Unfortunately, they're a child. So we were like, yeah, we are not putting up with this child slavery BS. That shit is getting shut down, like, immediately. And thankfully, we succeeded, and this poor kid had nowhere to go, so we took her in. And this used to be a bathroom that you could access from Talia's room. And she's like, you know what? I'll give that up so that we can create a bedroom for this kid. So that they have somewhere, so she's got somewhere to sleep. So adorable little Tabby really likes pottery, hence the potted plants. She's got plenty of storage, plenty of books. You know, it's a little space for her. She also really likes, like, earthy tones, like oranges and browns and greens, hence the color scheme of her space.
Fowler Glitter 86
You know.
said, "Oh, that's so sweet that y'all adopted her."
Yeah! A lot of the people that work at the tavern for us also help take care of her during the day when we're off doing shenanigans. And they are very responsible with her. They make sure that she does not get into any of the alcohol. Legitimately, they protect her with their lives. It is very, very sweet. And And she is actually, that same kid is actually Callie's biological half-sister. Which none of us really knew at first. We actually met Tabby way before we met Callie. So, yeah. It's a whole thing. Anywho, this is Talia's room. These are meant to be mannequins. Talia is a shape-changing... she's a bard, but she's also an aspiring fashion designer and self-proclaimed magical girl. She will use her magic as well as her, you know, fashion skills and such, and, you know, performance shenanigans to generate magical girl transformations, obviously in combination with her shape-shifting abilities as well. And she'll usually do that when she gears up for a fight, or if she wants to be fancy or whatever, and she's very, very fun. She's got a little bit of a bed here. I'm thinking about making this bed bigger for her, because this is very tiny. She is very extra, and she deserves an extra bed, you know? Excuse me. But she's got a cute little dresser here, obviously the fireplace to keep warm, loads of mannequins, some books, you know, because of course. She's also got her own loom and stuff in here for whatever. She has a closet under the attic stairs.
Said I was gonna say I feel like she'd have a bigger bed.
Yeah, I definitely need to fix that. But yeah, she's got a little closet in here. This ice here is meant to represent like a big old mirror, so she can try on her outfits and see how she looks. Floor storage, because of course. And another little mirror here. And more mannequins, because of course. You know. But now we get into the reason why I wanted this room, and that was because we have access to the turret. Talia also has a little kitty. So she's got a litter box in here and food and stuff for the cat. But this tower, when you come up here, you have a little private space for her. She has her own, another second bed up here. But she comes up here at night usually, so that she can practice her music and stuff in solitude, because at nighttime is also when she tends to pray to Saloon,
Fowler Glitter 86,
who is the goddess of the moon.
Said that cat probably has it good.
That cat is a little menace. That cat is a little menace. But yeah, so Talia comes up here to practice her music, but she also basically comes up here to pray to her goddess and stuff. She is kind of used to doing it that way because she used to have to do that in secret before she left her adopted family. So she has a little space to do that while she's not wanting to go outside, but lately she's been sitting at the gazebo outside to do that at night. So, good times. Now we get to the attic, right? We have created an art studio for Tabby, complete with a kiln and everything for her pottery. So she's got a little place to sit to work on some of her stuff. She's got little examples of her art and stuff everywhere. You know, she just enjoys making things. And originally this was one big old room, but we divided it in two because we adopted a second NPC who is basically a big old robot guy that we sort of decided to help out because he's kind of dealing with his own issues. So we gave him a place to stay. He's taken up breakdancing. He's great. He's great. He also likes space, so the floor twinkles. And the carpets represent the sun and moon respectively. And he's just got a bunch of redstone stuff to represent him, like, tinkering with things and wanting to improve himself and what he does. Also books, because Robot Guy can read sometimes. He's also got, like, I guess this is meant to be...
has rated.
Yo! D! Welcome in! With a party of 8! Y'all! Welcome in!
Aspen
I'm
score.
rambling about D&D.
Said howdy. Cough is in ho live. Said D-raid.
Y'all! Welcome in! How was your stream, D? How's everybody doing today? I'm rambling about D&D. I'm showing off a build that I made
Fowler
for a
Glitter
campaign that I'm
86.
in.
Said howdy y'all.
Bruh. I'm actually going on to the last room of the house, unfortunately, but I can show you all the rest.
Aspen score.
You know.
Said we just finished 5 hours of decked out LOL.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Dramatic herbalist.
That is crazy.
Said hi Min. This looks so cute.
What's up, D? So, this is the last room that I've yet to show on stream today.
Said it was really fun.
It seemed like it. I didn't stick around for the whole thing, but I was definitely there for part of it.
Dramatic herbalist. Said longest stream I've ever done, haha.
That's fair. That is totally fair. So this is Detective Shumai's room, his personal space, which is also half office because he lives elsewhere in Waterdeep.
Fowler Glitter 86. Said 5 hours is a while.
That's a long stream for sure. This is meant to represent a beanbag chair. He's got a beanbag chair in his room because who fucking wouldn't want a beanbag chair in his room? Lots of purple candles.
Said I repeat what D said. This is looking so cute. I love interior design in Minecraft.
Yeah, so I made this. You may have seen the video. I shared the video in your Discord months ago. Pretty close to when I joined it, actually. Of the first version I made of this. So this whole place is a recreation of the Trollskull Manor in D&D. As part of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And it's been rebuilt, renamed, and redecorated according to what all of our characters wanted, kind of thing, because our party owns this place. So, you know, we have my character's room. She's a shape-changing magical girl, bard, fashion designer person, you know. You know what? I'm gonna make this bed bigger. We're gonna make this bed bigger. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this absolute... No, wrong. We are gonna fix this absolute travesty right now. We also need... I hate that you can't, like, middle-click pots. I think that's really annoying. We're gonna fix this. You know, but we're gonna... I completely got myself sidetracked. I am so sorry.
Dramatic herbalist. Said that's such a cute beanbag chair idea. I love it. Also a fan of the nether brick and cherry wood.
Yeah, it kind of worked out, you know? But yeah, I basically showed this off because we were looking for a pale oak biome in my other world, and I decided that since we didn't find it, that we were gonna just sort of go and look at this, because I've been wanting to show this off for like the past forever. But there is one more thing I have yet to actually show, and that is I recreated my character's girlfriend's apartment. I'm also playing her girlfriend in this campaign, but it's like she takes like a little bit of a back seat. While the ad break is running, I don't know I don't know if you're seeing this, D, but I'm gonna go through the rest of the house just to kind of, I guess, show it to you. But let me show y'all, like, the big overview of the house exterior. I freaking love this place. I adore this place. I did this all in creative mode as well. Every single bit of it was creative. And we even included little chimneys for all of the fireplaces. Because, like, realism or something.
86 said I really loved hearing about it. Knowing the background of something is really awesome, and it gives it character, obviously.
Yeah, I'm trying not to give you, like, overwhelming amounts of information, because most of it's, probably not really relevant to you, but, I do have one more thing to show off, and that is this. So, my character has a girlfriend who she's been looking for quite a while. And, or at least would-be girlfriend, if either of them had the guts to actually tell each other how they felt. But we're getting there. We're very, very slowly getting there. But her girlfriend is a very, very sheltered and very, very moody assassin.
Said I love it when people listen to me talk about my artwork, so I try to listen to others talk about their things.
100%! And that kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier about just, like, letting people hang out and say their piece about stuff. So this little bit right here is just sort of meant to be an incomplete mock-up of what the hallway to this girl's apartment would be. She's a very moody assassin type person. She was very, very sheltered, abandoned by her dad. She's out looking for her dad right now, to, like, question him / possibly kick his ass, whichever comes first at this point. And she's moved into a little apartment in the same city that the big old house we just looked at is in. But I recreated this little apartment that she basically rents, and it's just like a tiny little place. It's very cute. But I imagine that this character, her name is Mara, I imagine that Mara isn't a particularly neat person, so I imagine she's just got a bunch of crap just all over the floor. This place is a place for her to sleep, and that's kind of it. It's not necessarily a home. She doesn't really have anywhere that she considers a home right now. That will change, but it's very small. She's just got a little kitchen, tiny little bathroom. This is not really a recreation of anything. I just made it because I thought that she deserved a little space. Also, this window, the apartment itself, you wouldn't see the manor from it, kind of thing, but I just built it close by so that I could find it again. But this little window, it's got a little seating area, because Mara has slowly discovered her passion for drawing, and she'll sit by the window and draw at night. And there has already been a scene where she was drawing, and then she realized that she sort of absent-mindedly drew a picture of of Talia sitting under the tree where they first met, kind of thing. And I just thought it was very, very, very sweet and very cute, and she did it basically under the moonlight and stuff like that, and it was all cute and stuff. But yeah, that is probably one of my favorite builds, honestly, to date. And now that I've shown it off, I never showed the tap room to D and Co. I'm sorry.